Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another video. In this opportunity, I'll be talking about what it actually costs to live in Valencia, Spain. This is a follow-up video to this video right here, which is about our apartment tour and what you get for 600 euros a month. So I recommend you check that out right here if you're interested. This video will be divided into two parts. Part one is the fixed monthly expenses such as rent, utilities, food, transport, etc. And part two is meant to give you a rough idea of what it costs to go out for dinner or to go out for drinks. So just a couple of things to keep in mind. The video is based on my experience of living here with my wife. So the expenses will be for two people. And please keep in mind that everything here is subjective. What may seem cheap or expensive to me may not be to you. Everyone's standards are different. So please keep that in mind. Right, so with that said, let's dive into part one, fixed monthly expenses in Valencia for a couple. Okay, so our biggest expense is rent. For us, it's 620 euros per month. And for that, we get a 70 square meter apartment, which has 3 bedrooms. It's in good condition and in a nice area. Also, it came unfurnished, only with the dishwasher and fridge and washing machine. So we did have to spend a few thousand euros furnishing it. One thing to consider is that if you're gonna start looking for apartments in Valencia, you're probably gonna see them a bit more expensive. And that's because when we rented, it was that summer when COVID was at its peak in 2020. And so we were able to get it for a cheaper price. Roughly, just as a general guide, if you were to look for something right now, anything around 600 or below, you'll be able to find something, but probably not in a really nice area. And anything between 700 and 900, you'll be able to find something decent in a pretty good area. Since we live in a pretty central area, street parking is doable, but we prefer to pay for a parking spot, which is 80 euros per month. This allows us to just park our car without needing to look for a spot when I come back from work. And for us, it's definitely worth it. Right, and since I mentioned that we pay for a parking spot, it's obviously because we own a car. Owning a car has a few expenses associated to it. The biggest expense associated to the car is insurance. We pay roughly 400 euros a year, and if we divide it into 12 months, that is 33 euros a month. Maintenance is also a cost of having a car, which is roughly 300 euros a year. If we divide it into 12, it's about 25 euros per month. Also, there is tax, which is 62 euros per year. If you divide it into 12, that's roughly 5 euros per month. We wouldn't really own a car if I didn't need it for work. I travel about 100 kilometers every time I need to go to site. So we have a fixed budget per month, which we don't usually exceed, which is 150 euros for gas. One last thing about the car, please keep in mind, depreciation of it is not included in the cost. Insurance. We pay for life insurance and home gadgets insurance. That is 36 euros per month. Healthcare. This is something that is free here in Spain. Anyone can have access to healthcare. We do have a private insurance from my employer, but even if we didn't, we would still be able to get healthcare. Subscriptions. We do pay for Spotify Duo, which is definitely worth it. Also, we pay for iCloud, Google, Audible, and Amazon Prime. The gym. This is something that we currently don't pay for because we don't go to the gym. We do exercise here at home, but roughly a gym membership would be anywhere between 30 and 50 euros per month. Okay, now onto the subject of food. This is something that can vary widely depending on if you eat out a lot or not. For our groceries, we have a budget of around 400 euros per month. We tend to buy most of our groceries from Mercadona, which we find we like a lot of the products there. Whatever we can't find, we will buy it at Consum, and we do buy a few specific things at the market, which is coffee and bread. Utilities. This is a subject that I'm a bit passionate about, and especially about electricity. When we first moved in here, the electricity bill was assigned with a certain company, and we noticed that it was a bit expensive. We dived into the bill, we analyzed it, we noticed why they were charging us more or how they were charging us more. So we did a bit of research and we switched into a new company. and the contract is a fixed amount. For us, it was 72 euros per month. Water comes in at about 30 to 35 euros per month. Internet and cell phones. We pay a plan of 60 euros per month. That includes 20 gigs for each of the two phones and 500 megabits per second connection at home. That's it for all the fixed monthly expenses, and if we add them up, it goes up to 1,550 euros per month. That is part one of the video done. Now let's move on to part number two, which is what it costs to go out for dinner or drinks here in Valencia, Spain. Right, so when it's the weekend, we usually get takeout one of the days, and I'll give you a few examples. If you want to go really cheap, you can, for example, you could get Chinese takeout for two people, and that'll be 20 euros or less. You could also get really good quality Lebanese kebabs for 25 euros for two people. If you wanted to spend a little more and you wanted to get something nicer, you can get some really nice sushi for two people for around 35 euros delivered to your door. On another day of the weekend, we would usually go for dinner to a restaurant. You could go somewhere nice, anywhere from 20 euros to 30 euros per person. I'll give you an example. We went for a really nice Indian dinner with a couple of friends. We had wine, we had starters, we had a main course each, and the total bill was 97 euros, which is about 25 euros per person. Spanish culture values food a lot, and especially lunchtime. You can find lunch menus for anywhere between 9 and 15 euros depending on the area you're at, and it will usually include a first dish, a second dish, dessert, and coffee. Really high quality and really good value for money. Now, if you just want to go out for tapas and drinks, there are a ton of options. Here in our neighborhood, there are so many bars of all of the price ranges. If you wanted to go real cheap, you could go to a place and get tapas from around 4 to 5 euros and beer for around 150 to 2 euros. Or if you wanted to go to somewhere maybe a little bit nicer, you'll be looking at 250 to 3 euros for a beer and tapas anywhere from 6 euros to 9 to 10. Quick personal note, and if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. You can skip to this part of the video right here. The couple that we went out for dinner with to the Indian restaurant is from Sweden. We met them here in Valencia via Instagram, and we found out that night that they had actually watched my video about the apartment tour before they came over to Valencia. That was crazy. The fact that they watched the video and it helped them make the decision, that was just amazing. That's it for part two, and that just about wraps up the video. I really hope you find this information useful and that it can help you make a more informed decision before you move over to Valencia. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and if you have any more questions or if you agree or disagree with anything, please let me know down in the comments, and see you in the next one.